What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to switch things up a little bit and play MechWarrior 5, the new MechWarrior. What I'm going to show you is some of the mods that I've downloaded that seem to make the game a little bit better. Because after I installed the game, I found that the game wasn't as fun. But these couple little changes might help you. I'm going to pull it up right now. Here's what I have here. Here's your beginning screen here. So any mods that you get for MechWarrior 5 have to go through the Epic Games or Epic Store launcher. You can download your mods there. So I have better enemy AI. I have better lance mates. I have a better HUD, the heads-up display. It's actually a little bit more friendly. I find it to be very close to MechWarrior Online, so it's actually kind of easier. And then the Mech Lab is a lot more open. With it removes a lot of limitations that the game originally came with, and some bunch of other stuff. And this is what I've been using so far. The errors here are showing that it's conflicting with the enemy AI mod that I installed, and then this one's interfering with the AI Lancemate one, which are minor, so I wasn't really worried about it. But those are the ones I recommend using. You can find those in the store. I'm going to pull up one of my single player games I'm playing. I think I'm on the ground. We're going to find out. I do have a pretty decent fast computer. I have an Intel Core i7, lots of RAM, and a pretty powerful video card, but the loading screens are still kind of lengthy. But anyway, so here's your Mech Bay, and it's in single player, or first person view. Here's my Jenner that I have on my Lancemates have. There's my Locust that I've been playing a lot of, and then my Centurion, which is the beginning mech that you get, which isn't a bad weapon system, but I like my Locust, of course. Here is your tech for your mechs. As you can see, my mechs just came back from a mission, and they're actually in repair right now. My Locust needs 7 more days, and my Centurion needs 9 days, or 3 days, and my Javelin takes a few days. These mechs were part of the salvage that I got during one of the missions, and unfortunately they need engines. That's why they aren't able to do anything, and also needs weapon systems too. But here's my Locust. I have the machine guns and the laser mounts on them. Still not a bad little thing. Alright, so in this game you have to do get contracts, and your contracts could be assassinations, they could be defending a certain location, or defending a base. Lots of different still scenarios. It'd also be just like just a raid, or a catch and grab kind of thing. So in my area, I'm just going to wait real quick and let these things fix themselves. And so I have two missions here that I can pick from. This one's a raid, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So depending on how many negotiation points you have, you can add it to either your payout, how much money you're going to get at the end of pretty much the end of the mission. This was really important for getting weapons, ammo, destroyed mechs if you're lucky, off the battlefield, and then damage coverage, which I think is great. I like to put more points in here because a lot of missions are rough, and I like to have the damage coverage so that they can give me more money for damage, so that I'm not paying out of my pocket. But right now the total potential payout right now is a little under 300K, so it's not too bad. I'm going to put a couple points in here. I definitely want some more C-bill payout, and then I've got 2 more points left. So that's all I can max it out. It gives you a tonnage limit. Unfortunately, I don't have another lance mate, and I don't have another mech to give that person, so I didn't proceed forward. This mission is going to last 14 days. Difficulty level is 9, which is pretty low on the scale. This is actually really nice to look at too, because you want to see what kind of time of day you are, obviously what your target is going to be, your mission type, and so on and so forth. I'm going to go ahead and hit accept after I've made my negotiations. So here you can assign your pilot, and since I've only got my 2 guys here, I can't assign anybody else. And then you can assign the mech that you want. Usually at this stage, if you have to make a correction to a weapon system, like such as it's been damaged and has been replaced, you're kind of shit out of luck. You won't be able to back out of your contract. Once you accept a contract, you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. So it's always good to make sure before you launch out on your mission that you have your stuff squared away. So my mission right now is loading, and that's kind of what we're waiting on right now. So I'm going to let it do its thing. So in the market, you can find, in certain locations, you can find different mechs. This one is obviously definitely missing quite a few stuff. For a decent rate, yeah, I can still pick this up. The barracks are where you can recruit pilots, but you have to be in a special star system for that. So you can't hire anybody just randomly. So watch out for that. Since it just started the game over again anyway, it gives you your reputation points where you're at, and then in each faction that's around. Now this is all Inner Sphere and also Pirates and Mercenaries and stuff. You're not going to see Clan quite yet. I'm pretty sure Clan will be coming soon. But yeah, so you get to see where you are, and depends on how extra negotiation points they're going to give you, depending on your faction standing. So it's always really good to see who you're working with. It's really also cool here. You can also see how much pilot cost is, and how much it costs for to maintain your mechs, and also what you have up here, what your net worth and everything else is. This is what I currently have in my bank right now that I can spend. That's from all the contracts I've done. Alright, so let's go to contracts. Looks like my mission is 100% and we're loaded. We're going to go ahead and hit ready. And it's going to put me in a couple seconds.
Attention. Prepare for BattleMechs departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We have been tasked with destroying a local communications network on behalf of our client. Make your way to the marked nav points and take out any target identified at the location. We'll come back for extraction once all targets have been neutralized.
So on the bottom left, you can see your mech, just like you can in MechWarrior Online. The scales above it are your armor points and your structure points. There's the head, left, center, right torso, left and right arm, and left and right and left, or left and right leg there. And then on the bottom right, just like you had in MechWarrior Online, you have your weapon systems and your groups. And then with this modification, it adds the map now to the center on the bottom, just like MechWarrior Online, and your speeds on the left, and then your your heat levels on the right. It's very, very similar. And on the upper left is where all of your mechs are, or your lance mates are. On the very top is your compass. And then your mission, primary objectives and secondary objectives pop up on your left-hand side. We're going to go ahead and go to the first point over here and see who we come across. Okay. Right behind me, a mech. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the distance and engage. Now these guys are recruit level, so they're gonna be pretty easy to get to fight. But with the add-on mod, it actually makes it a little more tougher. And since his left leg is weak... Oh, he's going critical. Oop, another mech. So, obviously since it's the beginning of the game, they obviously don't want to throw, like, very hard mech warriors at you. But still, they give you at least a decent challenge. You can also, too, have your lance mates target what you're targeting or engage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press F1 to order all of my lance mates to attack my target. F1. Oh, right leg needs to get taken out from under him, and we're going to do that right now. Bam. Destroy the radio tower at location Alpha.
Target acquired.
Target down.
Ooh, a dropship's coming down, which means we're gonna have some targets, most likely. Yep,
Target acquired.
and a cicada. Okay, I need my lance mates to attack this target.
Attacking shared target.
Destroyed.
Tango smoked.
Okay. And then B, just like in MechWarrior Online, it brings up the full map so that you can see what's going on. Gives you a good idea where all the targets are too.
Target destroyed.
If you haven't noticed, the graphic settings are much better than MechWarrior Online. It's a different graphics engine. But still, I mean, MechWarrior Online still has a good engine, not bad. But I definitely like the details on this one. And I believe I'm running on high and not the highest settings, but on high anyway. And it still looks really good. All right, so it's a big drop. So we're gonna try to find a way to come down there that's a little easier. which looks like I found it. Be very careful when jumping off a ledge. Just like in regular MechWarrior Online, you'll get damage to your legs, but in this one, you got to be careful because you may actually get glitched somewhere, and you actually get stuck, and that's not cool. I've only had it happen to me once, but I tend to not jump off of ledges anymore after that, because I had to repeat the entire mission all over again, and it's not fun.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target. That was a great showing, Commander. Our benefactor will be pleased with our success. Now get back to the dropship, ASAP.
In certain missions, you can actually stay and stick around and fight some more, and you get some more C-bills. I highly recommend doing that because you can actually get a better salvage rate out of that too. Because you might get a surprise, so it's really cool. But we're going to go ahead and, since there's nothing else left for us to do, I'm going to go ahead and pull in.
Time to collect our pay.
And then depending how things go, you get reputation points, and it brings up your rank a little bit, and your total payout. And then now the outcome. To House Davian, I've added some more points, and House Karitsa, they're obviously no longer too happy with me at the moment. So they gave me the damage coverage, and the payout and stuff like that. So whatever is left, they give to me, so it's cool. And then there you go. There's my all the payouts that I got. And here's your salvage side. It's kind of important. So my max is 6. I could pick up another Locust if I really wanted to. But I definitely need these. I definitely need a machine gun, a medium laser, SRMs. I definitely need a heat sink. We need a lot of this stuff. It's very important. So I'll go ahead and hit continue. And then if your pilots, they come back and they're alive, they're healthy. Sometimes they'll be incapacitated or they'll be wounded. And then you have to go through a healing process time with them. Or if they die, which would suck, I recommend starting the game over, at least that mission over again. I mean, don't leave them dead. It's because sometimes when you've put a lot of time into a pilot, you starting over is a real pain in the ass. So according to the weapon systems that's usually on the mech will help bring up their scores. So like on the Centurion, it's a ballistic energy and also missile, and that's what bumped him up. And then over here it's mostly energy, so on the Javelin for her, the points for the lasers went up. And then since I have ballistic and laser, my points went up, so that's why the skill points count. You want to find a pilot that has more skill points than the limit right here. Like this guy here, you first get in the game, his skill points are a little bit higher than this person is, so it's kind of helpful to have somebody with a higher score, if that makes any sense. The highest limit anyway. So like my limit's like 10, so you want to find something that's like this, not like this. It's good to start out with this person. That's cool, nothing wrong with that. And up here it'll tell you what your total kills are, and what in each category, what you destroyed, and how much damage taken and damage dealt, just like in MechWarrior Online. I'm gonna hit close. And then what's really cool is you get to see the battle damage, not only in game but also like when you're down here in person. So it's really, I think it's kind of cool to see anyway. Maybe it's just because I'm a nerd. But you go over here to your little terminal here to the BattleMechs, and I like to view to see if maybe they lost a weapon in the process. And then all you gotta do is hit edit loadout and then repair all, and it gives you how much it's gonna cost, how many days. And since I'm in a special system where I'm at, it's more of a conflict. It's going to cost me more and take longer in the system. If it's more friendly in the area, it won't cost as much and the time will be much shorter. Start work. And I want to repair my Locust. Edit loadout. Repair all. Start work. Also, too, the paint thing is really cool. So I'll show you the paint stuff. So I saved these codes here are like on my phone. So all I got to do is really just type in the code that I have, and it brings up that color. So it's cool. They're pretty close to the Clan Wolf colors. That's why I chose those. You have all these different patterns to include the Inner Sphere factions. Those are pretty cool. Which some of them may look familiar, like you get in MechWarrior Online. But I happen to like just the standard one, and I use my my regular colors for right there. I'll show you another contract here. So it's really just the same stuff. So it is kind of cool. It is a bit grindy, but so is MechWarrior Online. It's grindy. I hope you enjoyed my little shindig at MechWarrior 5. Got to see a mission at least where I didn't die. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you pick up MechWarrior 5 when it's on sale, which I highly recommend. Just keep an eye out through the Epic Games Store. The same store that has like Fortnite and I believe Apex Legends, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, not Apex Legends. I think somebody else. But mostly the game you'll find is Fortnite. But anyway, so it's on that store for now. Steam is going to eventually pick this up soon, but definitely looking for at the Epic Games Store, and just keep an eye out for the sales. Get it when it's on sale. Don't get it when it's at full price. I recommend it. Anyway, good luck, MechWarriors. I hope you enjoyed MechWarrior 5. My little skip it here. I'll see you all hopefully on the battlefield. Good luck.